What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Yovo, aka Django 3000 with DB Crappie Fishing and Outdoors. Here back with you again. Only this time I'm not fishing, man. I'm here to tell you guys a secret, man. I was talking to my homeboy Lope. I say Lope. A lot of people been asking, you know, how we finding these crappie out here in these waters and in places that we never fish. And of course he knows why, but a lot of people don't really understand what we're actually doing to find these fish. Quite simple. If you guys have been following the channel, man, first and foremost, let me say thank you guys for your support. We greatly appreciate it. If you haven't checked us out on Facebook, hit us up at DB Crappie Fishing Outdoors on Facebook, and try us out again at Instagram, them boys crappie fishing. But what we're doing is going back to what we talked about a couple of videos ago, using this Navionics app. I know you guys heard me say that a lot, you know, Navionics this, Navionics that, but primarily that's my go-to application to find these elusive soft clays, as I put it a lot. But what's going on is we've got great experience trying, you know, finding these fish, going after them, catching them, as you guys have seen. So we've learned how these, you know, fish behave during certain seasons, during certain different patterns that go on as far as temperature, what have you, man. So we picked up on these patterns, and we've learned how to seek them out during certain parts of the year. You heard us talking about earlier about, you know, following the fall patterns instead of following the bait fish, following the fall patterns, what have you, man. But primarily, we take that know-how and we translate it into this app. And what's going on is, by us knowing how these fish behave, it makes it easy for us to pinpoint where they would be in the lake. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna show you guys hands-on exactly not only what I do, but how to find these fish. So make sure you stay with me until the end, man, to get this secret. And I guarantee you, as far as Django is concerned, this is my very last secret I'm putting out there, but it's a doozy. So if you would, hanging out with me for a second, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my PC. I'm not using an app on my phone or either a tablet app. I'm going to Navionics.com. www.navionics. Matter of fact, I've been there before, so it spelled it out for me. I'm going to this website. Like I say, just go to your URL, whatever your URL. Go to your whatever web browser you're using, type in the URL, it'll take you to this site, Navionics.com. Okay, as you can see, I'm not signed in, I'm not logged in or anything. What I'm gonna do is, while I'm on this page, I'm gonna go to this heading that says Chart Viewer. You click on Chart Viewer, right? I haven't paid anything. I mean, this is just straight free app on the PC. I'm not talking about the phone app, I'm just talking straight PC. You go to the website, right? And I zoom out. As you can see, it gives me charts of the entire continental United States, including Central America and some South America and Canada. I scroll up here and let you guys see, and Canada. I mean, you can't beat this for a free chart plotter. But what happens is, I zoom out. I stay in Georgia, so we're going to Georgia, Macon, Georgia at that. It's showing on the map right there. I'm gonna zoom in. We fish this lake called Lake Sinclair. Let me see if I can't find it. There it is, Edenton, Georgia. That's Lake Sinclair right there. Right here. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in on this lake. Let me get it over here. And what I'm doing is, it's simple. I know during the fall months, the crappie follow a spring pattern. What happens if you guys watched a video that we dropped a couple of weeks ago? We had a bonfire discussion, and the professor went in depth on exactly how these fish behave. And what he said was, during the fall months, the temperature starts to drop. Well, as the outside temperature starts to drop, the water in the lakes start to drop as well. But they're dropping at a fast rate. Not like they do in the springtime. And when it gets cold, the temperature on the lake starts dropping very fast. Well, what happens is, once the water temperature gets down to a certain temperature, let's just say 65, right? It creates a stimulus in these fish, and it makes these fish follow a spring pattern. Because what happens is, during the spring month, the temperature is going up, but it goes up very slowly, not like it does in the fall and winter, where the temperature of the water goes down rapidly. In the spring it goes up very slow. But at that particular temperature, it sets in motion what we call the spring spawn. Well, during the fall months, when that temperature drops down, when it gets to that perfect temperature again, that stimuli makes these fish go into that same pattern. So during the fall months, catching crappie is easy. It's almost like, you know, catching them in the spring. But you only have that small window, because once the temperature drops past, let's just say 65 degrees, right? Once it goes past that, it turns that stimuli off, and they go back and they revert back into a winter pattern. Where during the winter months, or when the water is very cold, they behave differently. What happens is, they go into deeper water, and when they get in that deeper water, they start hovering in the area of the deep water where they call the thermocline. And it's like, it's almost like it's half and half, halfway between the top of the water, the surface of the water, and the bottom. They hang out in that area that the temperature of the lake is kind of like moderate. You know what I mean? That it's the ideal spot for them to habitate. So you have to target those areas that's gonna hold fish like that. And primarily it's deep water, but not just deep water. If you want active fish that's you're gonna go there and you're gonna catch them, they're gonna be active. You ain't have to sit there hours and hours trying to catch one fish. You want to catch those active fish. You got to target those fish in deep water on drop-offs. Okay, that's the whole point of this video, showing you guys how to find drop-offs in your lake. I'm talking about quick, fast, in a hurry. You find it, mark your map, make a beeline to them, sit up on these fish, put them in a box. So, okay, we on this app called Navionics, right? So, if you guys take notice, what's going on is, if you zoom out, like I said before, it gives you all the little fish symbols, what have you, show you where fish are holding it, whatnot. Yo, those hot spots, they work during those months when fish are real active. But in the winter months, when the fish are hard to find, they really don't do you any good. So you got to know where they're holding it. So what I learned was, if you look at the map closely, as you zoom in, the contours, the lines that they have drawn on the map, the contours, they start doing something special. As you zoom in, or depending where you are on the map, or zoom out, the contours of the lake start it's how can I explain it? They get closer together, and what happens is, it makes blobs on the screen. If you look at this map, the bank right here, right? You clearly see the land, and then it's the water, and then close to the bank, you see this really, really dark black line. That's telling you that that particular bank has a steep slope that comes directly from the bank directly into deep water. That's where your crappie are holding it. They hold on steep banks or steep slopes in deep water. But it's better if you target those fish that are out in the water, not closer to the bank. So what I do is, since the black lines show up so well, I actually use the chart plotter to find drop-offs that are sitting in deep water that's off the bank, if that makes any sense. All right, say like you got the bank, and then you got X amount of feet or X amount of yards from the bank where you got shallow water, and then it drops off. Those are the best spots to find winter crappie, late fall winter crappie, where that drop off is sheer into deep water. Those are the best places to find. So what have you is, when you zoom in on this map, it shows you in little black blobs where you need to fish it. I mean, I cannot even lie to you. These humps in the water, I mean, when you zoom out on this, when you zoom in on it, those lines pretty much disappear from the naked eye, the closer you get to. But when you zoom out, they show up as black blobs. Well, what I do is I scan the lake and I look for black blobs that are out there in the middle of the water. And that's as simple as I can put it. Black blobs that are just in the middle of the lake. Okay, that comes, let me reiterate. You want black blobs that show up in the middle of the lake, that start from shallow water that go straight into deep water. Those are the ones you're looking for. Like, I want to show you guys one that's not so obvious. Here is one right here. If you guys can see, you see how this lake, it starts 5 feet and it goes way out into the lake, shallow water, 13 feet. But when you get right in here, it drops off into 40 feet of water. That area right in there, oh my goodness, it's gonna be loaded with crappie. I target those places. Best places though, especially like, you know, this one's actually marked sign, but it's close to a creek bed. That would be a good spot. But I'm looking for spots like this, you know, that come off the bank, that's shallow, 10, maybe 15 foot of water, and then it just drops off 30, 35, 40 feet of water. Those are the spots that you're looking for. Well, this is a tried and true method of finding fish this time of year. I've done it, you know, me and Lope, I tell him, I say, hey man, I found a spot on the map. He said, what it look like? I said, man, it's about 30 foot of water, man, she'll drop off out there in the middle, man. He said, hey man, let's try it out. We go out there, man, and like the videos you guys see, we go out there and we utterly destroy these fish, man, because not only do we find them, they're active fish. So when we sit on them, man, we're not that long, we're catching fish, man. I'm talking about solid fish. 13, 14, you've seen the video, even 15.5-inch fish, man. And I'm talking about in lakes, in water where normal people that fish the lake all the time say, hey man, we're not catching fish that size. Well, you need to do what we do. You know, find those spots on the map, make a beeline to them, man. Put a rod in the water, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna catch solid fish, man. So with that being said, YouTube, once again, hey, if you guys are just not visiting or you just not seeing this video and you like the content, man, share this video. And this is your first time visiting the channel, man, look, subscribe, man, and show some support to your boys, man. We appreciate it, man. And hey, look, you support us, man, we can keep putting those videos out there, man, so you guys can enjoy. So with that being said, YouTube, man, I hope you guys could take something from this, man. Like I said, this is my last secret. I can't give you guys nothing else, man. So next time, man, you guys come check us out again. So with that being said, them boys out, man. Peace.